Hey, I'm David Zere. Thank you for watching Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News. I'm on the ground in downtown Houston. You see behind me the FIFA sign, the World Cup being played down the road soon. It's really festive over here. I'm right around the corner from Dakin Field where the Astros play. But I'm on the ground here for Scott Besson, and he will be meeting in an economic roundtable with bankers of financial institutions throughout the region here to talk about illegitimate businesses and consumers and helping driving economic activity in Texas even further, but addressing in relation to Trump's recent executive order to protect the American financial system from illicit activity, strengthening customer identification requirements for financial institutions, and address authorized working or non-work authorized illegal aliens in the country and the bankers' roles in supporting this. He is addressing illegal immigration. This is another arrow in his quiver here to do that. And really, if you're an illegal alien here, you know, you are really in a pickle, because you're not going to be able to bank. And a lot of banks, especially by me in New York, I notice there's a lot of illegals doing business in the U.S. banking system. So this will be really neat this afternoon, but I've been all over the place. And then I have a trip to Europe coming up with a senior White House cabinet member this week. I can't say who and where we're going to go yet, but that's really interesting stuff. And then I was on the ground in South Carolina for the governor's primary, both in the Democratic GOP side. Now, I followed Pam Evitts' campaign around the night before the primary and the day of. I've got some great footage of that. She won. She was favored to win, but she's going to run against Alan Wilson now in a runoff because nobody got 50%. And it's not a shoo-in for Pam Evitts. She's favored to win. Nancy Mace threw her 10 or 11% of the primary votes she got behind Alan Wilson, though. Also, you have Ram Reddy, who got a significant portion, I think about 12, 15% in the runoff, but not in the runoff, but in the GOP primary. But he's not endorsing anybody. He doesn't believe in endorsements. This guy's a wacky guy, I got to tell you. And then we'll see where Ralph Norman throws his weight behind. And if it goes to Pam Evitts, it'll really help her. But again, it's not a guarantee that she's going to be able to win this. Also, I was in the White House the other day for an off-the-record UAP briefing. It was pretty incredible. There's been encounters with activity that we can't explain, and there's a new UAP dump that the Department of War released. It was part 3 of that. And they're not saying that there's alien life forms out there. If anyone thinks there is, and anyone's saying that there is from the government, they're not really speaking on behalf of the government, because they're maintaining that there is no evidence of alien life forms. But these encounters are not explicable. They're not using technology of this maybe Earth. Orange orbs and special forces soldiers and helicopter pilots and fighter pilots seeing these activities with these orbs, possibly following them around. Really incredible stuff. So go to the Department of War and download that tranche of latest data and eyewitness accounts and video footage, because it's pretty interesting. And we don't think it's from foreign adversaries, because they don't have the technology. We have the best technology, and we can't do these things that are going on. And they seem to be increasing. So I heard testimony from people about stuff they saw. It was really just amazing here. But I've got a super show for you today. And then remember, AMAC is coming up on June 20th. I'll be at the America First Warehouse for the Immigration and Sovereignty Through 250 Years panel. I'll be moderating that panel, and I'm going to talk about some of the topics later in the show that we're going to be addressing. It's been an incredible time. The UFC fights on Sunday, tomorrow night, at the White House. I got an inside look at the claw as it was being built over the past week on the south lawn of the White House. It's amazing what Trump is doing, because, cleaning up D.C. is just part of it, but restoring pride in D.C. and restoring these fountains and these monuments and building this arch which is symbolic of like the Arc de Triomphe and the Champs-Élysées in Paris. It's going to be spectacular. And it was, you know, a spot that was designated for something like this. So he's not reinventing the wheel here. And I've got a super show for you ahead. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for watching Breaking Point every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. on Real America's Voice News. I'm David Zere, and I got Bo Davidson ahead with his new great song here. Check this out.
What is courage? What is honor? All these words are just ideals long forgotten. What is duty? What is glory? Are they just written down in some old story?
My fondest memory of World War II was the day when victory was declared over the Axis.
A good American cannot live without freedom. It's worth fighting for.
When we hear a word like freedom, do we know what it really means? Or do we take it all for granted, living like kings and queens? We are blessed to live in freedom, blessed to live in peace, blessed with food and shelter, blessed with life on lease, blessed to gather freely, blessed to have a voice, blessed that someone brave fought so we could have a choice. We are blessed. Oh, we are blessed.
We have the opportunity here in the United States of America to be what we want to be.
I've been several countries all over the world, and there's nowhere in the world like it is here in this country.
Is faith a notion or fear of hell? Or have we lost our very faith in faith itself? Is it our rock or is it madness? Or do we cling to it like rain in times of sadness?
Freedom is not just a concept. I think it's a way to live, and it's something we can give.
It's always been a family tradition in my family, and just to be a representative of the best country the world has ever known is my true blessing.
We've got guys who served in Pennsylvania, New York, Kentucky, Tennessee, and they come together and become one of the greatest fighting forces that's ever existed. And you wouldn't have had those friends, but they will lay down their life for you.
It is easy to remember, but easy to forget the beauty of our country and the simple gifts we get. 'Cause we are blessed to live in freedom, blessed to live in peace, blessed with food and shelter, blessed with life on lease, blessed to gather freely, blessed to have a voice, blessed that someone brave fought so we could have a choice. We are blessed. Oh, we are blessed to live in freedom, blessed with food and shelter, blessed with life on lease, blessed to gather.
Blessing.
Unique an example.
Happiness.
I'm honored.
Sacrifice.
Most blessed.
And blessed that someone brave fought so we could have a choice. We are blessed. Oh, we are blessed.
as countries have walked away in the past few years from the U.S. dollar, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, diversify into gold, into birch gold. And for over 5,000 years, gold has withstood inflation, geopolitical turmoil, and stock market crashes. And the great news is you can still get it. In fact, you can own gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account. Birch Gold makes it easy to convert your IRA or 401k into an IRA in precious metals. And all you got to do is text the word America to 989898 to claim your free info kit on gold. With 20 years experience converting IRAs and 401ks into precious metal IRAs, Birch Gold can help you protect yourself with gold today by texting the word America to 989898 with an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, thousands of happy customers and countless 5-star reviews. Secure your future with gold. Start today with a free info kit. Again, there's no obligation. Check it out. Make the request. Just text the word America to 989898. We'll be back with more Breaking Point right after this.
The Summer of Soccer is available with Fubo. Stream your favorite players and teams, all the rivalries and upsets. Watch every match live on all your devices. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Hey, I'm Dr. Drupinski. I've been looking at the aging process for a long time. Fatty 15 actually slows it down. Fatty 15 comes out of Navy dolphin research. Without the C15, our cells become fragile and age and oxidize. This pushes that back. That's why I take Fatty 15.
With the 2026 midterms coming at us like a freight train, gun grabbers are licking their chops.
We will have legislation.
If they seize Congress, they've already promised an all-out assault weapons ban.
Federal ban on assault weapons.
The most aggressive gun grab in a generation.
They will take your guns away.
So we're giving away the rifle they'd like to ban the most. Your National Association for Gun Rights, America's no-compromise gun lobby, is giving away a Barrett M82A1 semi-auto 50 caliber rifle, burst scope, and true shot ammo. But the truth is, the giveaway is only half the point. When we started pushing constitutional carry, only one state honored the Second Amendment as it was written. Today it's 29. That didn't happen by accident. Every dollar you give helps us expose gun grabbers and protect our Second Amendment freedoms. Enter to win and chip in to help us fight back. Visit gunrights.org/RAV.
1 in 4 kids grows up without a father. That's not just a bland statistic. It's a national crisis. I'm John Popola, host of Dad Saves America and CEO of Emergent Order Foundation. I like to say we're what it would look like if Warner Brothers and PBS had a baby that actually loved America. We're building a movement that defends the family and calls men to step up, not check out. Visit dsa-rav.com today to take a stand for fatherhood and the American family.
Life is precious.
I want to make a point. No matter what happens, I'll always be there for you.
I know. When a woman experiences an unplanned pregnancy, she's faced with a difficult decision. Preborn connects with life-affirming pregnancy clinics across the nation and provides them with free ultrasound sessions for expectant mothers. When a mother sees her baby on an ultrasound and hears their heartbeat, it doubles the chance she'll choose life. With your gift of $28, Preborn will provide a free ultrasound for an expectant mother. Visit preborn.com/life to save a baby's life.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News. I'm David Zere. I'm on the ground in Houston. I'm waiting to meet with Scott Besson for a roundtable on cutting out fraud in our government and our financial institutions by illegal aliens, illegal immigration. And for people who are non-authorized workers here, it's going to be harder for them to bank. Another weapon in Trump's arsenal to stem illegal immigration. And if you've seen Ben Bergquam's incredible footage, we're thwarting all of the people who are trying to get into the United States illegally. And for 11 straight months, it was reported that nobody has entered the United States illegally. So pretty incredible stuff here. And I've got an exciting week ahead. I am going to be traveling to Europe with a cabinet level official. I will share the details of that during the week. It's just an incredible opportunity here. And I was in the White House for the UAP briefing, the third tranche of documents that were released. Go to war.gov, check them out. It's unbelievable. And I don't think that they necessarily believe that there's alien life forms, but I think they do know and understand that the technology that's been filmed is not anything that the United States has developed, and probably no other country on earth, because we lead the pack in technology and we know everything that's out there pretty much. So it's really interesting stuff. It's pretty fascinating stuff. And I heard the testimony of soldiers and others who saw these orange orbs outside their helicopter, like within 40 feet, maybe an object coming out of the ground. Pretty incredible, and just an incredible time in history here. And the sightings seem to be increasing. But I am going to be at the AMAC boot camps for Patriots next week on June 20th. And I'll be heading up an immigration and sovereignty through 250 years panel. I'll be joined by Ben Bergquam and Vincent Buda from 6B and others. It's going to be a phenomenal day at the America First warehouse. And, it's a legal versus illegal immigration issue, right? And there's a comparison of the times and circumstances between what happened at Ellis Island and early immigration to the late 20th and early 21st centuries. 40% of Americans can trace their ancestry to someone that arrived in the U.S. through Ellis Island. And 40% of those, I believe, left the New York City area and went elsewhere around the country, at least that much. And 12 million Americans came here that way from the 1890s or 1930s. But the Immigration Act of 1990 basically had three conditions to be met to allow people for entry through Ellis Island into the United States. One, you had to demonstrate means and the ability to become a productive member of society, as we didn't have social services, welfare, Medicaid, Social Security back then, community housing money, women, infants, and children, the WIC program, and available unemployment or other. It was a different time, and my great-grandparents came here that way, and one sewed beads on dresses, and one cleaned the streets with a broom, and they never complained. And we had 4 or 5 generations since then of productive U.S. citizens that we all made it on our own, including myself. I had 3 kids at 23, and there was no one to help. But, we made it happen. We worked hard. We stayed out of jail, and we're the productive members of society. And you can't be considered a threat to society. That should be the law when you come here. And we know the millions and millions of crimes that have been perpetrated by illegals throughout the last 50 years in America. From one period, just from 2011 to 2017, there were like 600,000 felonies committed by about 250,000 illegals just in Texas alone. And the other rule was, when you came through Ellis Island, was you couldn't carry contagions. Only those healthy enough were let through. And if you were quarantined and you got better, you were allowed through, or you were turned back and sent back to your country of origin. Oregon. By the way, I'm in this taco place next door waiting for Scott Besson down the road. I'm going to go over there later, but a homeless guy just came in and stole the money off the counter after asking me for money. I told him I was in the middle of putting together a show. And he went to the counter and he took the tip jar off the counter and he walked out of the store. That's what's going on in our inner cities. A lot of homeless people here in Houston. There were a lot of homeless people down in Tampa 2 weeks ago. I was down in Tampa. There's still homeless people in D.C. But Trump has cleaned that up. And if you're downtown D.C. and you're by Union Station, you're not getting harassed for money every 5 seconds. Still happens. But crime is at, what, a 58-year low because of Donald Trump down there. And that has everything to do with what I'm talking about here in this panel at AMAC, the boot camp for patriots, because now, what's the real cost to the American taxpayer with the illegal immigration, right? The courts, law enforcement, federal, state, local penal system, county, state, federal jails. At one point, like 20% of our federal jails were filled with illegals. And something like 47%, I read about 10 years ago, 47% of our federal criminal trials involved things relating to illegal aliens. Public assistance, healthcare, food, housing, all those costs, education costs, public education, grade school and college. I've heard estimates that we spend as much as $200 billion a year just on healthcare and housing for illegals in the United States. And if you look at the Biden years and illegal immigration, you know, there's no comparison to what's going on now. So what are the true costs of those years alone where you might have had 15 million or so illegals come into the country? How many lives have been saved during Trump's second term alone by not allowing more illegals into the country, many of them violent criminals, right? Or who were let out of insane asylums or prisons from other countries. And we know they're coming from like 160 countries. They're not coming, it's not like, oh, poor little Mexicans going, you know, you need a place, you know, or a war-torn country and they need to come to the United States for amnesty or immunity. It's not what's going on. They're all coming here to take advantage of the social system. You know, most of the immigrants are coming in, like in the last few years, are like Mauritania, Northern Africa, and other. And then we have Chinese, we have Indians, Asian Indians. And, you know, there's a lot of abuse there. So we're going to talk about all that stuff. And what's really crazy is on the local level and the state level, numbers showed that, like at one time, I don't know if it's still true, it might be that 30% of the California prison population were also illegals. How much does that cost the taxpayer? Not just only in the state, federal government, more law enforcement stuff. Putting cops on a scene of a crime alone, getting an ambulance and a hospital from a victim. Never mind the human costs and the tragedies they cause in the families across America. But how many overdoses has Trump prevented so far? How many overdose deaths has Trump prevented so far? So these are all the questions that we're going to be asking at AMAC next week. Pretty in-depth conversation we're going to have here. And how much money has been saved for Medicaid going forward and other health programs by the people that Trump didn't let in since he's president? Say that number was going to continue like under Biden. Say it was $3 million a year even, right? How many billions of dollars is that going to save? And what is the benefit to society for the years to come and our taxpayers could it be? And what is legal immigration going to look like going forward? And should we make it more difficult to legally migrate to the United States? And you should have to add a benefit to being here, right? You should be able to provide means. You should not be a criminal. You can't be a threat to public safety. And you shouldn't be on the social services net. And should ESL exist? That's another question I want to explore. Why is there English as a second language? It should be your first language. And it should be a condition of being let into the country. And you should have a window, 2-3 years, become fluent in English, right? It's not that hard. Just do it. You know, you have to work. You have to assimilate. Instead, we have these pockets of isolated, cultural places across the United States. You go to Flushing, Queens, there's hardly any signs in English anymore. It's all in Korean. And those are from legal immigrants. And I'm all for legal immigration. And I love all the cultures in America, especially the food. And I respect everybody. But, there's got to be a modicum of assimilation and approach to being here. And should legal immigrants get low-interest loans? And I was hearing numbers like people get $250,000 a pop to open a business in the United States coming from the country. Well, what about all the people here? What about the 6% college graduation unemployment rate, kids coming out of college? What about the fact that AI may get rid of about 50% of all the white-collar entry-level jobs within 2 years? And that comes from Scott Bessent. That's not me. So, really important. And then we've got the question of the H-1B visas, right? How many of them do we really need? They do play a role. I know, like in resorts on Long Island, Montauk, the East End, the Hamptons, along southeastern Florida, very hard to find employment from a lot of people who are U.S. citizens. So maybe there's a need in certain ways and maybe for certain technologies. But it should be curtailed, and it's got to be greatly limited. So I'm in the busy downtown area of Houston, Texas over here, and I've been all over the place. It's been an incredible run on the ground in South Carolina following the governor and the primaries. Big runoff May 23rd, June 23rd. I'm hoping to be back on the ground in South Carolina for that. And again, I'll be at the Scott Bessent Business Roundtable later with financial institutions trying to curb illegal aliens from being able to bank in our financial institutions, right? Shouldn't that be a basic tenet? You're not here legally. Are you showing proper ID to get that account or to get that loan? Probably not. Even though Biden, I think, gave 2 million Social Security cards at the border, I've heard. I'm David Zere. We've got great stuff ahead. We'll be right back with more Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News.
When I stepped on that scale and saw the number 278 pounds, it was like a punch in the gut. I was just sick and tired of being fat, sick, and tired. I knew that I had to make a change. I started to read about the low-carb diet, and I decided to give it a try. The weight started to fall off me. I added Health Code on a daily basis to my diet. It's a high-protein, healthy fat meal replacement that is simply delicious, and it's easy to make. And after I have one, I don't get hungry for hours. My strength has improved. My VO2 max has gone up 7 points. I have higher energy levels throughout the day. I want to be healthy enough to throw my grandchildren up in the air and go on hikes up a mountain with them. And I totally believe that Health Code can be an important part of that. I believe Health Code is the best meal replacement shake ever formulated. I wouldn't be taking it otherwise.
Try Health Code risk-free.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing. There's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor. 5 minutes, I'm done. Look at that, it's amazing.
If you're ready to step into an effective, economical, and eco-safe world of cleaning, look no further than the H2O X5. Using just the power of superheated water, the X5 Super Hot Steam cleans and kills up to 99% of germs, viruses, and bacteria. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. But through this special TV offer, you won't spend $400, $300, or even $200. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. You'll get the X5 steam mop with microfiber pad, the carpet glider, the handheld scrubber, the window glass and mirror attachment, and the garment and upholstery bonnet. It's a complete 10-piece system, all this for just 4 easy payments of $43. But it gets even better. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. If after 30 days you're not absolutely delighted, send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Don't wait. Now's your chance to own the X5 for just 4 easy payments, and we'll make the first payment for you. You get the X5 incredible 5-in-1 lightweight, powerful 12-piece steam cleaning system, a $500 value, all for just 3 easy payments of $43. This offer can't last forever, so call or click right now.
Hey everybody, welcome back. You're watching Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News. I'm in downtown Houston here with the historic, haunted Rice Hotel that was converted to apartments back in 1998. But this was considered the gateway to Houston. And you see the FIFA sign behind me. There's a soccer stadium right across the way here, getting ready for one of the 11 matches that'll be held in North America. Trump got 11 of the 16 matches in the United States. People are very excited here. I'm right around the corner from Dakin Field where the Astros are going to play. But I'm also here for Scott Bessent, who's hosting a public roundtable of a dozen or so Texas bankers here. And they're going to talk about measures to thwart fraud and criminal activity and strengthening the financial system by abuse by illegal aliens in the United States. Really important stuff here as Trump is committed to fighting fraud. He just passed an executive order. I was in the Oval Office last week, as you saw in the last show, with one of his executive orders that's going to save $15 billion a year, Peter Navarro said there, to stop and curb smuggling and other from Mexico not complying with proper trade practices. But this is an extended network across the country that Scott Bessent is putting together here to make sure that our system is not abused. And I have something really exciting this week. I will be flying with a senior cabinet member in the White House to Europe. And I can't say with who and where yet, but I'll disclose that next week. I'm very excited about that. And then South Carolina, I was on the ground for the primary for the candidates down there. Pam Evett, Lieutenant Governor, won. I spent the day embedded with their campaign, and the night before she won. But now she's got a contested runoff coming up against the Attorney General of South Carolina, Alan Wilson. And Nancy Mace threw her 10 or 11 points over to Alan Wilson. We'll see. Ron Reddy's not endorsing anybody. Ralph Norman has yet to endorse anybody. It's going to be a tight race. Pam Evett still expected to win, but here's her victory speech and her voting at the primary place on the day of the GOP primary. Record numbers. Lieutenant Governor, what would be the first thing you're going to do as governor of South Carolina?
We're going to eliminate state income taxes. Everybody wants more money right back in their pockets. I'm proud to talk about what I'm going to do for the state, about what I've done for the state, and my business record, because that is something people can get behind. But I think we're going to do really well tomorrow. The momentum is there. I have President Trump behind me. I mean, let's look at President Trump's record. South Carolina is Trump country. When people listen to him, I've had during this Get Out the Vote tour, people stop their cars in the street to get out and take a picture with me and say, listen, I was undecided. But if President Trump has confidence in you, then so do I. So it's a momentum. I feel it. So I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to do what I've always been doing. And if it goes 2 more weeks, I'm going to work 2 more weeks as hard and make sure I win everybody's vote.
Do you feel like the timing of his endorsement helped you? I mean, clearly he endorsed people like Senator Graham early last year.
Well, you know what? I think anytime you have the president's endorsement, it is a huge positive.
Day before Election Day, how important did you see it was to have both the tele-rally with President Trump and McMaster here today? Governor
my goodness. You know, the governor has been amazing. It's been wonderful to have his support. And then the president is the president. I mean, I'll tell you, after he called me to give me his endorsement, I mean, I woke up that next day wondering if I had dreamed it all, right? Because it's just overwhelming to have somebody as successful as him that is so passionate about America first, the American people, American business, American farmers stand behind you and say, I know all of your opponents. And you're the only one that can eliminate taxes. You're the only one that can get rid of regulations. You're the only one who will stand by the American first agenda and make sure it stays alive and well in South Carolina.
One more question. In about 24 hours, polls will be closing. What's your final message to voters?
Well, first and foremost, we need to get out and vote because, you know, we have in the past had some dismal turnout, less than 13%. I want to see everybody energized. All the constitutional officers are up. We have a lot of positions that need to be filled. And what I want to say to them is take a look at who you're voting for. Look at our resumes. I have the resume to do this job. As I said earlier, I was a successful CEO in the private sector, and I've sat at the right hand of the greatest governor in our state's history. We will not skip a beat with Pamela Evett as governor.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask you how you're feeling about the campaign tomorrow and the Trump endorsement for Pam Evett.
I think the Trump endorsement is great.
and I think Pamela is going to win.
Yeah.
She has advantages for us that the other candidates do not have. I'll say all great people, but Pam Evitt brings things to this office that the others just don't have. One of them is that relationship with Donald Trump. Another is the business relationship. Another is her attitude, her manners, her respect for people. All these kind of things that we are accustomed to in South Carolina, and we want to keep on moving.
Well, thank you, Governor, so much for your time. Big day tomorrow, South Carolina.
Tell your daughter come see me. I'll give her some hints about law school.
Absolutely. Will do. Thank you so much, sir. Emily and Chandler from Greer, South Carolina. We're over here in Greer, right? Just outside of Greenville. Pam Evitt running for governor. She's the lieutenant governor. Why are you backing her?
I really love the getting rid of the income tax, and when I heard that, it made me very excited, so I can use my money for what I would like to.
Yeah, I asked her what the first thing she's going to do if she gets elected, and she said the income tax.
So yeah, I'm very excited about that, and just keeping the economy going the way it is now, keep it on the rise. So
economy's going pretty well here, Emily. Right? There's a lot of manufacturing. You see jobs out there.
Absolutely, yes. Available for many.
Now, the lieutenant governor has talked to me in the past about the challenging healthcare situation in South Carolina. Do you think you have an adequate healthcare system? Does it need improvement? Can people go see the doctor easily here?
Yes, if you need a family physician, absolutely. I think there's always support needed for medicine. I'm actually currently a med student who is going to go be a physician soon. So yes, I absolutely believe access to care. South Carolina is much better than others, but always needs support.
So the second largest industry in South Carolina is healthcare, right? The state employs 60,000 people, healthcare, and then the manufacturing. Like you have Boeing, BMW. What about Michelin in Greenville? That's right here, right?
Yep, Michelin's right here in Greenville.
You know how many people they employ?
Oh goodness, I can only imagine it's a lot.
Okay, so there's an influx. You have one of the largest, fastest growing economies in South Carolina. You know, how are you guys dealing with the infrastructure? You know, roads, congestion, taxes, stuff like that. You see an adequate parallel adjustment?
It's definitely getting more crowded, which is a good thing, you know, bringing in better the economy. So we'll see how things go, but I'm excited for it.
How are they in Greenville? Are they conservative or are they a little bit more liberal?
Relative to South Carolina, a little bit more liberal, but conservatives around South Carolina always.
But yeah, like a liberal down here is probably a conservative in New York, right? And Greenville, the waterfalls and everything's just beautiful. My brother-in-law lives in Easley. We're going to hit up a baseball game with my nephews playing right after this. What do you say?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, go play some baseball.
All right, you're going to go out vote early, or did you early vote?
Nope, we're going to go. We're going to try to get there at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, right early.
All right, early voting, shattering records here in South Carolina. It ended Friday, a contested primary race. Pam Evitt leading the pack in most of the polls. We'll be bringing you the latest on the ground for Real America's Voice News. On the ground, we've got Alan Cuthrill from Piedmont, South Carolina, coming out for the Lieutenant Governor, Pam Evitt. Why are you throwing your support behind Pam versus the other candidates in the crowded primary field?
Well, she said it there on the stage. She's got the resume to do the job, and that's all we need. This is a job interview. You guys got to come out and vote for the right person to do the job, and it's simply put, she's got the resume to do it.
Now, a little birdie told me you watch Rav. You watch us, right?
Right, absolutely.
Wonderful. What do you like about Real America's Voice?
Well, you guys, whenever there's a Trump campaign going on or any kind of crisis in the world, you come right on and you're instant. You're right there on the news and on the ball with it.
Oh, that's super. South Carolina's got a lot of manufacturing now, right?
That's right, especially in the automotive field. We got all kinds of suppliers and OEM manufacturers and automotive. It's incredible. You look at the traffic around here. That's why we're saying we're the fastest growing state in the United States right now.
Yeah, you have one of the fastest growing economies. And you also have Michelin right here in Greenville. You've got BMW, you've got Boeing on the other end of the state. Pam Evitt, Lieutenant Governor, looks like South Carolina's doing great things.
That's right. Even goes back to Carroll Campbell. He started BMW a long time ago.
Wow. All right. Now, we're talking grassroots campaigning. You started a campaign on your own at the kitchen table.
That's right. We're living in the 10th House District here in this state, and we learned of someone who wanted to run for that seat, and we met with him. The filing date was March 31st, and he filed on that last day. And we bumped into him. He says, he's running. And I said, who do you have for help? He says, I don't have anybody. I said, do you have a website? No. Do you have any money? I said, very little. And I said, well, how are you going to do it? He said, well, I got to find me some help. And I told my wife, I said, we got to help this guy. And so I built a website because I'm an engineer.
Yeah.
And we tried to shake the trees for some money. We got a little bit.
So where do you stand now?
Well, I think we're leading in the race, and the election's tomorrow. So you guys have got to come out and vote for our guy, Dr. Stuart Watson, for House Seat 10. That's the Piedmont Powdersville.
So that's the South Carolina State House 10.
That's South Carolina State House.
So who said one person can't make a difference?
Oh, anybody can make a difference.
There you go.
So I'm no expert in campaign management. I'm not a consultant like other people did. We did our own mailers. I can do mailers now. I never knew I could do that.
Alan, Q-Thrill.
Yes.
Real American Voices on the ground, making a difference, getting motivated, and thank you so much for watching.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a great one.
Oh, thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News.
Everybody hates Beth. She eats all the food she loves and stays slim. Kim starves herself dieting, yet still can't lose weight. Beth is full of energy. Kim always feels tired. Beth has an unfair advantage. She takes Almaced, a breakthrough health and weight loss shake that optimizes your metabolism to help you lose weight in a whole new way.
I couldn't lose weight no matter how much I exercise. I tried Almaced. I lost 26 pounds.
The reason you're having trouble losing weight could be a liver clogged with fat that's slowing your metabolism, making it very difficult to lose weight and stubborn belly fat. Almaced is a scientifically proven food supplement that uses natural amino acids and bioactive peptides to help unclog your liver and optimize your metabolism, so it's easier to lose weight.
My name is Stephanie Phillips Solar, and I'm an Almaced success story. I was able to lose 67 pounds with Almaced in roughly 7 to 8 months.
My weight is down. I feel much more energetic than I have in the past.
Over the course of time, I lost a total of 25 pounds. So thank you, Almaced.
Almaced is all natural, supports healthy blood sugar levels, and it's diabetic friendly. Some weight loss plans have you feel weak and hungry, but Almaced will renew your energy, and you can lose weight and feel great.
Almaced's unique protein can truly absorb in your body and aid with weight loss.
Studies showed Almaced helps you lose double the weight compared to other diets.
The fact is, Almaced works, and I highly recommend it.
Go to almaced.com now to get started for just $39.99. That's $4 a meal. We guarantee you can lose weight or you'll get your money back. Be like Beth and get the unfair weight loss advantage with Almaced.
When I stepped on that scale and saw the number 278 pounds, it was like a punch in the gut. I was just sick and tired of being fat, sick, and tired. I knew that I had to make a change. I started to read about the low-carb diet, and I decided to give it a try. The weight started to fall off me. I added Health Code on a daily basis to my diet. It's a high-protein, healthy fat meal replacement that is simply delicious, and it's easy to make. And after I have one, I don't get hungry for hours. My strength has improved. My VO2 max has gone up 7 points. I have higher energy levels throughout the day. I want to be healthy enough to throw my grandchildren up in the air and go on hikes up a mountain with them. And I totally believe that Health Code can be an important part of that. I believe Health Code is the best meal replacement shake ever formulated. I wouldn't be taking it otherwise.
Try Health Code risk-free.
Hey everybody, David Zere on the ground in Houston, Texas. This is a busy area downtown. We've got the Rice Hotel behind us that was turned into apartments. Rumors have it it's haunted. It's like the gateway to Houston from about a century ago. We've got the Astros playing right down the road at Dakin Field, and we've got FIFA. We got the FIFA sign behind us. They're gearing up for some great World Cup matches here. But I'm on the ground in Houston, and there's a lot of homeless. There's a lot of homeless. And what it seems to be apparently drug use and mental illness going on. I was just in this restaurant here a few moments ago, and a guy came in asking everyone for money, including myself at the table. And when nobody gave him any money, he went to the counter and he stole the tip jar, and he walked outside. And the owner or manager of the restaurant chased him out, but eventually let him go. I guess they didn't want to get in an altercation, but that's what's going on. And that's in every major American city. That's the failed Democratic experiment. It's a Democratic experiment. Do they really care about human life? You know, as the rich people step over the bodies on the way to Starbucks. But listen, I had a tremendous time on the ground in South Carolina. I spent the day on primary day and the night before with Pam Evitt and her staff running for governor. I did reach out to other campaigns to participate with them. We couldn't coordinate, but she was favored to win. She wound up winning, but now she's in a runoff. And she's the lieutenant governor, and she's running against the attorney general, Alan Wilson there. It's going to be a very tough race for her because Nancy Mace threw her 10 or 11% of the vote that she got. She backed out of the race, and she handed it over to Alan Wilson. And Ron Reddy, who got double digits, is not going to endorse anybody. He's a strange cat, this guy. He says endorsing somebody is corrupt, whatever the heck that means. And that leaves Ralph Norman. Where will his votes go? I don't know if they're going to go to Pam Evitt or not. But she's the Trump-endorsed candidate. She's pretty dynamic. South Carolina economy is doing really well. Alan Wilson has been in this feud with her. Alan Wilson, not so much MAGA. He's backed with people like Chris Christie and other people in the past. But Pam Evitt was on the ground in the State House on January 28th, 2023, when Trump redeclared he was running again for president. I was there, and the governor of South Carolina, Henry McMaster, was there. And Pam Evitt was there, but Alan Wilson, I don't believe, was. And if he was, I'll correct the record, but I don't think so. So big runoff coming up there. It's really important. Record turnout. The early voting numbers just smashed 2024 in a presidential year. You had like 120,000 early votes then. I think you had like 318,000 plus, maybe more, this time around come out. The Republicans actually outvoted the Democrats by 100,000 votes in this primary, which was significant because the Democrats outvoted the Republicans in the early voting part. But overall, the Republicans came out in force, which is a very good sign. Every governor has been Republican since 2003. It'll be another testament to Donald Trump's endorsement powers. So I'm going to play a little bit of me following Lieutenant Governor Pam Evitt at the polling place. And then we've got Pam Evitt's victory speech on the primary night. And we'll be right back with more. Good morning, Lieutenant Governor. Record numbers for early voting doubled 2024, even in a presidential year. Does that bode well for you?
I think so, yes. People are energized. Everybody that I'm hearing on the trail, they want a business governor. They want somebody who's going to come in, keep the state moving forward, bring new ideas to the same problems and challenges that, we've been having. And so I think that's good. I think everybody's energized, and I've been doing my best to get those numbers up, talking about how dismal the normal 13% is and that we have to do better. And you can't, I guess maybe I'm challenging everybody. If you don't vote, you can't complain. And so maybe everybody wants to get the chance to complain if they want to.
And how are you going to spend the rest of your day today?
So I'm going to be with my family. We're going to just kind of wait for polls to close at 7 o'clock.
All right.
Calling my supporters, telling them thank you for sure.
Thank you very much.
And lastly, I want to thank two of the greatest conservative leaders our nation has ever known. One, my friend and my mentor, Governor Henry McMaster. And President Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, thank you for your support. And I'm going to reiterate to all of you what he just said to me on the phone a moment ago. He says, we are going to fight and we are going to win this runoff big. You guys, you're going to make me cry. He said he is going to help us deliver the America First agenda right here in South Carolina. When we started this race almost a year ago, we were at 2% in our first poll. 2. We've come a long way, and tonight we punched a ticket to this runoff.
I attended an off-the-record meeting at the White House with top White House officials regarding the UAP dump from the Department of War. Go to war.gov and check out. There's a lot of unexplained things going on out there, and they don't necessarily believe it's alien life form maybe, but there's definitely some stuff going on. There's a lot of appearances of the orange orbs and other, and it's something to really pay attention to. But I want to play one more interview from 3 weeks ago when I was at Camp Atterbury in Indiana. This is from FPF Defense. These are 3D printed drones. I just want to play this interview for you. And I want to thank everyone for watching Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News. And I will see you next week. We have Jesse here from FPF Defense here at Camp Atterbury, and you've got the Hammerhead Interceptor with the Smart Flak technology, right?
That's correct.
Tell us about what it does.
All right, so we were built to intercept Group 3 UAS platforms like the Shahed that you're seeing operating out of Iran and the Garand that you see operating out of Russia. And so we use this interceptor. It has a explosive warhead on the front end with a sensor suite. Has an electro-optical sensor, a radar sensor, and an IR sensor that all autonomously tracks the target. And once we get within 3 meters of the target, the warhead detonates and knocks the target out of the sky.
Where does a platform like this get launched? On the battlefield?
That's correct. So the box that you see here is inline radio launch. These are designed to go into the back of a Humvee or a military utility trailer so that 2 soldiers can grab the box and sit it out on the ground and go right to work engaging targets.
Right, interesting. And do these go up in like a swarm, or are they individually launched?
Right now we are individually launching. We are working towards the swarm, as you see demonstrated on the table here. We're going to be moving to a shipping container configuration for the launcher so that we can put 40, 50, 100 of them in the air at a time.
How do you find doing business with the Department of War under the Trump administration, executive orders, get stuff to the warfighter quicker, rapid capabilities? Do you see a sea change a little bit in the attitude?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think T-Rex is a great example of that. We come out here and they give us a lot of good freedom of movement and being able to go out to the range and do what we need to do to experiment and progress the system.
And T-Rex technology readiness and experimentation, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jesse, I really appreciate it. Where can people follow FPF Defense?
You can follow FPF Defense. We're building a new website, so more to follow soon. And we're on LinkedIn as well.
Can I get my son one of these for Christmas?
We'll see what we can do about that.
All right. Thank you so much. What's the range on something like this?
We are targeting the 5 to 20 kilometer range with this.
All right. Very interesting. And what size warhead can fit on it?
It's got a 2-pound blast fragmentation warhead on it.
All right, very interesting. Thank you, Jesse, FPF Defense. Maria Lynn's here from switch2usa.com. She's a big supporter of the show Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News. How are you, Maria?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show today, David.
Yeah, and you've got American-made products by American factory workers, health and wellness, safe for cleaning products, oral care, oral probiotics, skin care, hair care, supplements, healthy snacks, and essentials. Tell us about switch2usa.com.
Thank you so much. This is a place where everyone can come and shop for their essentials. You shop on your phone, on your computer. You can call in orders. So this is where we all Americans can shop American-made products that are world class, and they don't have any chlorine bleach or formaldehyde. And our skin is our biggest organ, so there's just so much to cover. We have over 500 different products, and all of our monthly shoppers can come in and also also breeze around or check out our beef. It's all prime and high choice. And for every monthly shopper that's a member, we have something special, $100 back to you in free products on the wellness side and $52 discount on prime beef.
Okay, where do they go?
Please come to visit us, switch2usa.com, and that's the number 2.
All right, Maria Lynn, thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much, David. Have a great week.
Yes. I want to thank everybody for joining the Rav family and watching Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News. See you next time.
I've been several countries all over the world, and there's nowhere in the world like it is here in this country.
Family, our very own Bo Davidson is releasing a powerful new patriotic anthem called Blessed, a heartfelt tribute to the brave men and women who served our nation and protected our freedom. We truly are blessed to be Americans. Scan the QR code now to download Blessed by Bo Davidson. And let's do our part to run this song up the charts as a thank you to those who served and sacrificed for our country.
It's me, Ricky. You grew up with me. I am using Fatty 15 to get me to feel and look the best I've ever felt at my age. The C15 nutrient has been known to strengthen our cells and slow the aging process at a cellular level. I urge you to try Fatty 15.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff and less flexible? Do you have trouble sleeping? Are you less active than you once were? Introducing the EasyWell Remedy Massage System that combines the incredible effects of vibrational therapy, targeted deep tissue shiatsu massage, plus soothing infrared heat. A triple fusion of therapeutic experiences delivering health-boosting treatments to your body. Full-body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation, bringing relief to joints and muscles and reducing inflammation while supporting your overall mobility. Look at these beads moving from the powerful vibrational motors.
It's amazing. It's like 1,000 little fingers just vibrating my body from head to toe.
Infrared heat penetrates deep to relax and soothe your body, reducing joint pain and stiffness and increasing circulation.
Remedy gets in there and helps deal with the source of the pain, so you feel much better.
The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 infrared heated nodes is designed to mimic a professional massage specialist's hand kneading and working tight muscles in just the right way to bring maximum relief and pleasure. It is even detachable, allowing you to get a deep tissue relief in your upper and lower back, neck and shoulders, feet, calves, or anywhere on your body.
I can't even describe to you the feeling. It's just something that you're gonna have to feel for yourself.
Call or go online now to receive the Remedy Massage System. Your system includes the 0G memory foam layer, the vibrational infrared and ultra